Could Mick Schumacher be joining Alpine for the 2023 season? It seems likely that the German driver could be joining the French team next year. Now, yes, this is not official and it's all speculation, but I wouldn't put it past Alpine to hire him. Now, yes, this is not concrete evidence, but Mick did just follow Alpine CEO Laurent Rossi on Instagram. And like I said, this does not mean anything. But with everything going on right now, surely it should mean something. And let's be honest, is Mick Schumacher such a bad option? It doesn't look like he's going to Ferrari anytime soon, so why would he stick around with a bad team in the hopes he'll go to Ferrari when he could maybe break free of that contract and go to Alpine? Now, yes, they might not be challenging Ferrari right now, but it seems like in the near future they could be. And yes, I was hoping for Daniel Ricciardo to move to Alpine, but it looks like if he wants to stay in Formula 1, he's going to have to stay near the bottom of the grid. I'm sure he'd love to go back to Alpine, so he's still kind of at the top of the grid, but let's remember he's had a pretty terrible past few years, and it'll take him time to rebuild that confidence, even if he knows the car already. Yes, he did pretty well at Renault, but it still might take him another year to get up to speed with the car, but we'll see. And on the other hand, Mick Schumacher isn't regarded as the best driver on the grid, but the past few races he's really stepped it up a notch. Now, I would compare Mick to Mazepin, but we know there's no point in doing that because Mazepin was awful. The amount of videos I made of him is incredible. I probably owe my YouTube career to Mazepin. So let's just move on to this year where he's up against Kevin Magnussen. I'd like to think that all of us respect Kevin as a decent midfield driver. He's always up there in contention for points, so it'd be good to see how Mick stacks up against him. So first, let's look at the qualifying record to see how well Mick does. It's 11-2. Okay, not the best example to start off with. Let's look at the races. Mick has really stepped it up the past few races. Obviously, up to Silverstone, he wasn't doing great, but after that, he did amazingly. He scored his first points there, batting Max Verstappen right up to the line, and then in Austria got a P6 finish. What? It was insane. So Mick is starting to show a lot of promise. Now, yes, he's still very young, and he may or may not only be in Formula 1 just for his surname, but he has merit, he has speed, and with Alpine losing their brightest protege, maybe it's not such a bad idea to pick up another one. And let's also not forget that Mick doesn't have a contract for next year. But let's just say that Mick goes to Alpine. Then what's next for everyone else? Well, that means Haas is empty. Is there any chance that Nikita Mazepin could come back? And remember, Haas are always in need of money, so maybe they take Ural Kali? Anyone saying no? Now, of course, Mazepin's not coming back anytime soon. So who could replace him? Now, the obvious answer is Daniel Ricciardo, but I highly doubt he'll be going to Haas. I don't think he'll want to go down the grid that far. Remember, we're talking about Daniel Ricciardo, the honey badger. And if you don't know what the honey badger is, because let's be honest, I didn't really know what it was either before I knew who Daniel Ricciardo was. They're literally the most fearless animal in the world. They pick fights with snakes, with like bears, anything these tiny creatures can see, they fight. And that's why he's called that. Daniel Ricciardo is ruthless. He's a competitive driver who will do anything to win. And by being at Haas, I don't think he's going to be able to do that, because I think we all know that Daniel wants to win races, and it must hurt him to not be there. Although saying that, I think Haas is a better team than Williams at the moment. Williams seem to be below the floor, so the highest up the grid he can go is probably Haas. But what about Williams? They seem to have lots of investment coming, so does he go to Williams or Haas? I don't know. But then on the other hand, Ralf Schumacher is saying that he doesn't see Daniel in Formula 1 anymore. He isn't going to get any second chances. Now, I just can't see that happening. Even though he's not doing well in McLaren, he's still doing better than, for example, Lance Stroll. And I know Mike Cracker said that, oh, actually, Lance Stroll's underrated and he deserves his seat. He's not there just because of his dad. Shut up, Mike Crack. I hate you. You're a literal clown. Sorry about that. I got a bit carried away. So I see him staying in Formula 1. It's just a question of where. And stay tuned for a McLaren video where I go in depth of everything that's going on with that team, right? And I mean everything. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this one right here about Africa and F1 and why we need to go back there, and especially Kyalami. It's a great circuit and we need to go there. Go on, watch it right now. You'll love it. Trust me. Go on, it's right there. Click it. Go on. Click it now. Go. Okay, thank you.